Hello! This week we are finishing up evolution and natural selection, and I thought I would talk about what's going on here with our tortoises. Tortoises have been around for over 300 million years, and they haven't changed a lot. They've gotten smaller, that's about it. Our tortoises can get up to 150 pounds and live over 100 years. So when you talk about adaptation, these tortoises have it. That was a slow motion shot of an egg dropping out of this tortoise right there. She digs a big hole. It's about a foot deep. Then she backs up into it and she starts depositing all her eggs. It's called a clutch. And one time she laid up to 32 eggs. 20 of them actually hatched. And there's some babies that hatch right there. I give them green leaf lettuce, organic. You don't want pesticides on there. They don't all hatch at the same time. Sometimes it takes a week for them to all hatch out of their golf ball size eggs. And there's a picture of her eating some of the grasses that grow out of the horse feed and goat feed. And there's a cute little baby right there. So once the babies come out of the egg, they're on their own. They automatically just start munching on green forage. Of course, you can give them strawberries and watermelon and cantaloupe and all different things, but 90% of their diet needs to be green leafy vegetables. So I do spinach, a little bit of kale, but mostly green leaf lettuce or romaine lettuce. Pretty shot of our cranes this morning. But this is where the eggs were laid yesterday. We actually noticed in the morning that she was digging a hole and she backed up into it and started depositing her eggs. So we left her alone. It takes several hours. We came back around 6:45 and started digging up the 1 foot deep hole, which you'll get to see in a few minutes, and collecting the eggs out. I just wanted to show you this morning where she lives with her mate, and they dug this huge tunnel, and there's actually 2 tunnels side by side, and you can see her right there. But when you look at the amount of dirt on the outside of the tunnel, it'll give you an idea of how big the tunnel is inside, because all that dirt got displaced and they pushed it all out using all of their legs to move that dirt. So that's where they live. And they go in there when it's too hot, and they go in there when it's too cold. And I cover it up with hay if it's going to get in the 30s. But today I incubated the eggs. They're sitting in an air-conditioned room right now, but the incubator is at 86 degrees. I used perlite. And I moistened it because you need to bring up the humidity level. And so the perlite is about 1 inch deep. And then I let it run for about 8 hours, so the temperature was good. And then we started transferring the eggs that laid on April 20th. They've been in a warm room that's in the 80s, but I wanted to finish them off at exactly 86 degrees. So they should hatch first. So first I transferred those eggs. I tried not to change their position. The embryo is going to attach to the shell, and you do not want to shake that loose. So if it was faced up, that's how I put it in there. I put it about a 1/2 inch deep and arrange them all in there, making room for the ones that I knew I was going to dig up in the afternoon. This afternoon we got exactly 25 eggs, and we dug them up and added them to the incubator as well. Now in Africa, where they're from, the soil temperature is much warmer, and the mothers bury their eggs to protect them, which is very smart. And they even sometimes poop in the hole. And if the babies were to start hatching out, they could actually eat some of the mom's poop and get some of that good bacteria in their gut, which is so essential for helping them digest and be healthy. So sure enough, when we dug up the eggs last night, there was a pile of poop in there too that we had to get around. So the mom, the last thing she does is provide a little nutrition for her babies. They never see them again. They would probably accidentally crush them while they're walking around. So it's a good thing that they hatch 80 some odd days later, and they really don't usually see the parents again. So we talked about evolution and overproduction. Overproduction is when an animal lays many, 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 many eggs in hopes that only at least some will survive. Sea turtles, tortoises, they do this. They can lay anywhere from 30 to 100 eggs and hope that some of them will survive. When the babies come out, you saw how small they were. They were the size of a golf ball. Lots of things eat them. Even here in my yard, if they were to hatch out in my yard, which they can't, crows would eat them and whatnot. So it's very important that that takes place. Good luck on the test, and bye-bye. Talk to you soon.